Welcome back. Chigozie Obani joins us next. He's a security consultant, and to get his views on the presidential media chat, especially about the fight against terrorists. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's heartbreak for many when the president did say yesterday they've got no clue whatsoever, no credible intelligence about the whereabouts of the Chibok girls, and many thought that by now maybe at least something, and they might have said, well, we're on something, we won't disclose it, but now he says nothing.
Yes.
Were you surprised at that?
Yes, I am surprised, but I commend him for coming out a lot more sincere at this point, so that we as a people will understand the challenge we have found ourselves in, and then begin to find ways and means of finding solutions. I am happy that the president has made it clear that the government has no intelligence. It means we need to overhaul our intelligence institutions. It means we also have to look at...
It points to that for you as well.
Yes, yes.
First guest, Dr.
We need to overhaul intelligence.
Also said the same thing. She said it points to how much decay could have been in our institutions.
That has been the worry. The whole idea behind Boko Haram and other rebellious activities in the country boils down to a decay that has permeated the Nigerian social fabrics.
But you know, there are several questions, pardon me to bust, several questions about this, but it's only the press releases that we get to see from the DSS. We could have interrogated some of those. Now, was there any source of communication between the previous and the current security agencies? Did they leave any notes whatsoever? What happened at the time where the West, many of them wanted to help us? Did we accept it? To what extent? Did they send soldiers to Cameroon? Several questions, and now if the trail has gone cold, how come?
Obviously, there would have been handover notes. Nobody can dispute that. But what they contained and the importance to the fight against Boko Haram is another issue. And without accusing anybody or alleging, I think the Borno State government should be helping us at this time.
In what capacity?
Yes, from top. The president should even have private meetings with the present Borno State governor, and then the Department of State should be talking to officials of the state. A lot of intelligence will be gathered, yes, from the Borno State government on what actually happened. If you remember, when this unfolded, a lot of information was coming out from aides of the governor, key actors of the state's security apparatus, and suddenly everything shut down.
Why do you think it shut down?
I won't go into that. The state should be able to find out why it shut down. And I insist that the president should invite Borno State governor. Talk with him. Department of State, invite officials. Talk with them. We're talking about intelligence. What's intelligence? Processing information.
Another aspect, Mr. Obani, is, during the administration of President Jonathan, we had a series of arrests by the DSS, and some were already in court. A particular name even stands out. And till this moment, we're talking about Kabiru Sokoto. Yes. Till this moment, we still haven't heard anything about. It would seem as if no one is speaking. If you say the government of Borno State should be speaking with the federal government at this point in time, the present DSS leadership hasn't been speaking that much to the Nigerian people in this fight, and even concerning arrests made. Do you think that if you say it is a continuum, they have re-strategized and they felt that giving information to the people is inimical to this whole fight?
Yes, we understand, or we should understand why the present structure of DSS is not talking much. A lot of Nigerians began to dislike the faces that cropped up during operations and information dissemination in the course of operations of the previous DSS. And that did a lot of damage. Let the DSS remain the way they are, continue to work, continue to gather information, and pass same for action.
Through press releases.
In terms of information dissemination on security operations as we have today, in the dying moments of the last administration, they found the need to do something right. And that was the constitution of
The Information Center.
Information Center, which one Michael Mary managed. Before that, you saw that everybody was talking, firing from different cylinders and making a lot of blunders. They saw this, coordinated it, got a Michael Mary. Frankly, I have monitored that man. I never met him, don't know him, and I have no reason to blow his trumpet. But I monitored him to find out, even on the social media, where people rain abuses on people, go look at it, nobody found reason to abuse Michael Berry. So, he was doing a good job. That's the kind of thing we need. A man who neither has an umbrella nor a broom should be talking to us. One of the challenges we are facing now is that the government is not telling us the right things. Because, with due respect to the president,
I thought you said they should just be working and not
no, I mean government. I'm not talking about DSS here. DSS, I said, should be working and talk less. Let us get back this unit that will pass information. Take, for instance, government says we have technically defeated Boko Haram. I believe so.
Why?
Very good. Another government spokesperson says Boko Haram has been defeated. We have met our deadline. And people are angry. Why? Passing such information, like I said earlier, should come from a specialist unit, not a face of propaganda, not a political talk.
And that's government spokesperson.
That's what I am saying. Government spokesperson, all right. But in passing such information, somebody should be able to even sympathize, first of all,
Who should have passed the
with
information?
this family. That's why I said that the previous administration did something very unique. Getting an information center that continually engaged the people.
Very quickly,
We were arriving at something before that administration was,
let's key this in very quickly. Sorry to cut you there. Just yesterday, the story broke. It was also on the news at 10 that the Chief of Defense Staff had restructured the defense headquarters, and he brought in some key officers. One of that is one of the officers he brought in is he calls it the Theatre Media Office, right there in the Northeast. So what is expected of this office? So when we say we need a coordinated office, a coordinated media to be talking to the people.
Very good. So it is a restructuring of what has been, which means government sees the need. And I agree with that there should be a special unit that will pass information collected from different agencies and arms of government on this. Why is it necessary? The war as it is, like I told you, that I believe that we have recorded tremendous success in the fight against Boko Haram. But we need a unit that will adequately take information to the people, because what is left now is a fight for Nigerians.
What does it mean? Okay, sorry, conclude your thoughts.
Boko Haram, like we have been told, have no enclaves, have no territories to control anymore. They have come inside us. which means that whatever is left of this fight is between you and I. And this is what we have been saying for a very long time. Since they have no garrisons, they have no caliphate to control anymore, they can walk into shopping malls. They can walk into the churches and worship centers.
Are we supposed to be
freely?
Are we supposed to be helpless at that?
No, we shouldn't. That's why I said there is the need for a government information agency to work, especially with civil society and private practitioners, on how to pass information. Diligence, vigilance, and every other thing
and it looks like we haven't done well in that.
We haven't done well.
I say
that
this.
is where the information we are talking about, that's where the intelligence we are talking about has to come
Ms.
from.
Albani,